Hey, what is up guys? Dr Dolph here. Welcome back to another Brown Dust video. Alright, so this is another episode 4 of me reviewing your formations. So if you guys want to submit your formations for me to have a look and for me to make a video on, so feel free to head over to the Discord channel. There will be a formations channel tag, and make sure to submit it in the corresponding channel. Links will be in the description below. As always, a quick disclaimer, I don't claim that all of these formations will help you climb all the way, but usually it does based on the results that I've been told by the players that I've helped. I don't claim to be the best Brown Dust players out there, just want to stress that out. There are players definitely better than me, but I really love helping out with formations, especially for those who struggle. It's just much easier to notice someone else's weak link than your own. That's how it usually works for me. Alright, so we're gonna jump into a few. Most likely this will be a shorter video. I don't think I'll have much time to edit this, so we're gonna stick to at least 3 to 4 formations. Alright, the first one is from a user called Intosa. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. Okay, so I can see that there's an Arenis buffing Olivia right there. Alright, so usually you don't really go for such buffs because there's nothing that Arenis could provide that Olivia could benefit from. So Olivia has debuff immunity. She doesn't need, like, unless that's not awakened. So debuff immunity, I can clearly see the symbol right there. So Arenis doesn't need to buff Olivia. Olivia doesn't need attack. She doesn't need. The only thing that she could benefit from Arenis is perhaps the reduced incoming damage, but I'm not too sure if that's worth giving the buffs right there. If Arenis somehow dies, there's gonna be a dead link. So imagine Arenis dies. Imagine Olivia dies. I don't know. It's just a painful one to watch if your Olivia actually dies. Is it possible? Your Olivia is probably in like the safest spot ever, which is why I would prefer you to move her to the front. Give Velfon this particular spot, just so that Velfon could have this spot instead. The only way your Olivia could die is probably if a Little kill an opponent's Seer, and then a Vals jumps in and hits Arenis, right? And then you will hit Olivia as well. But I don't think you're gonna meet that kind of formations often. Alright, so let's have a look. Move your Olivia to the front, move Velfon in, give Velfon 2 assault runes, have Arenis buff Velfon instead. So that way Velfon charges up. 4, 5. Yeah, I like that a lot more better. I actually do like that a lot better. So that's a simple quick fix. Olivia doesn't need buff. You don't really need to chain her. Make Olivia as number 1. Okay, so I don't have Lillian. We're going to use Archon for representation right there. Also, I do not have a Mimonair, so we're going to use Elijah right here. Okay, so couple of fix. What can we do? I've no idea how strong is your Foxy. Alright, so I have no idea how strong is your Foxy. No idea how strong is your Mimonair, your Velfon. If you're from global server, most likely since you're splitting out with all getting all these legends, most likely they are all at +0. So if you're looking to increase, let's see, if you're looking to increase your skill level, I would go for Mimonair first. Velfon is good enough at +0. Ideally you want +3 for debuff immunity, but since you have Mimonair, maybe just go for her for the time being. So here's what I would do. Make Olivia number 1, move her in, something like this. 1, 2, 3. So Velfon charges up. 4. You want your Leto to move first. Alright, I'm going to stress that out again, as I always do. So the reason why you want to move your Leto to the back and Foxy in front, if you encounter an opponent Foxy or an opponent Sigmund, this Foxy's presence here with 2 buffs is going to kill Sigmund or Foxy. You're going to be able to kill them. Alright, so because of her reflective counter right here, the permanent bomb counter, I'm not sure how strong is your Foxy, but I'm going to assume it's at least +3, right? It's at least +3. If not, you shouldn't be using her. But the importance here is, if you do something like this, Leto dies, and you just lose Leto. Alright, you lose him, your Foxy is safe, and then what? Like, I feel like you pretty much waste a potential right there. Instead, Leto moves first, Leto kills 1, and if let's say an opponent Foxy jumps in and try and hit your Mimonair and your Foxy because she's a skip, at least you might be able to bring down that Foxy with your Foxy with this permanent bomb counter right here. So try this out. I do think this is a much better strategy And let's see, what else can you do to improve? I will apply that fix. I'm not sure what plus is your Memonair. If your Memonair is +6, maybe you could do something like this. But if it's not, just move her right here. Alright, so that's everything that I can think of. Feel free to apply the following changes and let me know of the results in the next video. Okay, moving on to the next formation, we have Polser. Alright, so this is the formation posted by you over my Discord server. Interesting one. Hell number 1, Walia number 2, followed by Ceres, Walia, Ceres to a Leto right there. And then we have 5. Velfun charges up. And then 6. Okay, so that's a rather interesting one. Okay, so I like your formation a lot. Cowley though. Is Cowley a good choice? Maybe she is. No, she's not. If your Cowley doesn't have any plus, she's not going to serve anything being there. But I know she's tanky. She has one of the highest HP in the game. Just that she will not have taunt without any plus, which I assume she will not have because or else you wouldn't be stuck in gold 2, right? Okay, so here's what I would do. Cecilia is in a very wrong place right there. I mean, not a very wrong place, but she's not in a good spot right there. And I'll tell you why in a moment. But first, you want to focus on... I get it, you have Sloan at the back from Vals, from Leto as well, which is good. But here's what I would do in terms of priority, right? You want to move Velfern to the back. Okay, so that way you can stack the chain better, stack the supports better, so that after that Velfern moves and Leto moves. Or else if you have Leto move first, and then Velfern charges up later, it might not be much relevance in round 1, but in round 2, Velfern moving first is a huge deal. Alright, since you are pretty much protected in round 2 because you have Hell, unless your Hell dies, you want Velfern to move first in round 2. He's gonna take out 3, ideally, if everyone in your league has like this similar formation. Okay, so what I would do, let me just craft this entire strat formation and I'll show it to you. Okay, so this is what you have pretty much with the exception of Cowley. I don't have Cowley, I'm gonna use Sail right there. The rest is pretty much the same. Oh yeah, Sigmund. I don't have Sigmund, so we're gonna use Foxy right here. So what you need to do first, a couple of things. You want to move Velfun back. Alright, so Velfun, if your Velfun is at +0, no problem. No problem with Velfun +0. So I'm gonna go with 1, 2, Ceres being 2. Alright, so 3 is your Velfun, 4 is Walia. And then 5 should be the one that moves next, either your Sigmund or your Leto, whichever it is. 1, 2, Velfun charges up, 3, 4, 5, something like this. Makes sense, right? Makes sense. So this is going to do 2 things for you. Not sure what plus is your Walia, but if it's a +0, the crit rate is going to apply to Sloan as well. So if your Sloan has like Fatal and Rage Rune, that's going to make it much easier for you to get proper crit rate up, and you're gonna be able to counter easier as well. It's a small little detail, but having that buff from Walia to your Sloan is gonna be helpful. Also, your Walia will not lose any wasted turns like what you did earlier, in terms of wasting a few turns because of the taunt, right? When your Walia moves first and then Ceres moves later, so you're wasting like 1 to 2 turns right there. Okay, so I would do something like this though. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what I would do. Because your Cecilia is usually good to absorb hits from AoE damage, right? So assuming everyone has Velfun in your league, doing something like this would be much better. Like literally much better. Something like this. Alright, so this is better because Cecilia is there to protect from Velfun. If Velfun hits, Cecilia can absorb, you know. If Foxy or Sigmund, same matter. If you have Christina in your league, she's gonna do her job, and Anastasia, she's gonna absorb the hit. Place her on the skip, she's gonna do a bunch of things, Gunter, anything. She should be able to absorb lots of hits if you have good runes on her. So doing this is definitely going to see an improvement. I can guarantee you, you're gonna climb for sure. Hope to see you climb soon to at least platinum or diamond. Alright, so moving on to the next formation, we're gonna have a look at Dr Dolphin. Nice name, nice name. Alright, so similar trend right here. I can notice a couple of things. I'm going to recommend the same thing from the previous user. Both of you guys are making sort of like a mistake. Also, why do you have Acha move first? What? Walia to Acha, Acha hits. Like, that's a waste, man. If Acha hits and Acha doesn't one hit KO, right? Acha hits, after that, oh my god, you're gonna have like, I don't know, somebody jump in and just kill both Acha and Lito afterwards. Ugh, that's painfully scary. It's painfully scary for sure. Alright, so here's what I would do. I would move Acha to the back for sure. Move Lucius to the second hull. Same concept, because there are plenty of skip mercenaries. So you want to always keep that in mind. And you did tell me that you are in the lower league. Let's see. Well, looking at your team down here, I'm gonna assume you're around diamond at most, gold to diamond. I'm gonna assume around there. You have Seto right there. Why not use Seto? Seto is way better than Acha. Like, way better. 5 billion times better. I'm not even joking. One of the best warrior in your inventory, and you're not using him? What? Come on. Come on. Use that Seto. Awaken him ASAP. He's at max level. What are you waiting for? Just awaken him. Awaken him, alright? So please do that. If you don't want to use Seto, at least use your Gunter. I think Gunter can serve a much better thing than Acha. Alright, so let's have a look. How do I fix this? I'm going to carve your formation and we're going to have a look at it together. Okay, so this is exactly what you have, right? Walia to Acha. This is pretty bad. You want to chain with Velfen so that he can charge up without switching the turn to the enemy. Okay, so do something like what I did previously. Don't let Walia be first. Let Ceres be first. Number 2 goes to Velfen. Alright, so move Velfen back here. So 1, this is gonna do like 1, 2. And then Velfen charges up. And then 3, you can decide who you want to go next, you know. You can be Foxy next, which I would highly recommend if you want to stick to this formation. Foxy next is a good one. 4. Alright, I can see that being a problem because you have Arenes. Okay, so I get what you're trying to do now. But if you want to stick with this formation, go with Arenes first, since Arenes does give good buffs. Foxy has to be skipped. She's just too good to not be skipped. Depends on the skill level. If you want to play more defensive, maybe you can go for Lucius, but like, why not put Acha at the back, since Acha has good like good counter, decent counter, burn damage against Lito and Vals. I think you can easily do that. You can easily move Lucius all the way to the front. Something like this, right? So 1, 2, and then you can do 3, 4. Let Lito go first. Alright, so 3, 4. Lito doesn't need as much buff as Foxy. Lito usually will be able to one-shot if you have good runes on him. So he has Arenes and Ceres already buffing him. And then Lito goes, and then 5, you want to go 6 with Foxy, right? So Foxy, it doesn't matter if she dies from another opponent Foxy because of the skip, depending. +9 Foxy is going to destroy her, but she will be able to reflect the counter like I mentioned earlier in this video. So pretty much safe from there. So from that point onwards, it's going to depend on you. Either Seer or Acha first, it doesn't really matter, and then you have Lucius last. I do think this is a quick fix to your formation. Not sure if I will stick the Acha right there though. Definitely replace it with Seto. I can clearly see you have a Seto. Do consider using him. If you have Seto, I would move Lito out. I don't know, I would go for something like, okay, let's imagine this Christina is your Seto. I would go for something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I would go for something like this for sure. It's not super safe, but at least if you're worried about Walia's taunt attracting enemy Vals, I have no idea how many Vals opponents you have in your server, in your league, but if that happens a lot, like almost every time, you can always move Ceres here. Alright, can do something like this. You can give this a try if you want, either this or the previous one. Alright, so do give this a try and let me know if this will work out for you. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. It's slightly on the shorter side, but at least hopefully this covers a few different variation of formations, and hopefully this will help you guys understand better what you need to look out for in terms of how to actually utilize Foxy. You want to use her similar to Jin, and do not waste the taunt or the taunt turn on Walia. I mean, if possible, let her to be the last one to move so that her taunt will last longer. Okay, as always, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.